Dude Awesome Rider here. Bebo Day has come early and we have a leaked picture of the Gozyuger poster giving us a full look at the suits and a little bit at the mecha. We already saw like a helmet in a chibi design thing for Red and some loose sketches, although one of them I guess wasn't real. Like the other ones were more close and one of them was like fake, but it doesn't matter now because we have the real ones in this really awesome looking poster. A really nice little way to cap off Slapsgiving and then go into Black Friday, which now has just become a day where you just take advantage of any online sale that they started running since like October. Like, I swear at some point in the future, you're gonna see them start early Black Friday on like January 15th. But that's not what this is about. So let's talk about this. So the rumor was right, or the leak or whatever it was about the animals for it. So we have Red as a wolf, or Schmidt would call it again a wolf. I really like this one. I feel like the helmet design has almost a little bit of a point to it from the angle, maybe to be a wolf nose, which looks kind of strange, but I really do dig this one. I think it's my second favorite right now just because I think that the red wolf is so unique and cool and I just really like it. Then we have the green, which is, I can't remember, it's like a condor, it's some sort of bird, which honestly I think is my favorite. I just really like the design on the helmet. It kind of harkens back in a way to how much I liked Joe Eagle. There's just something about like a well-designed bird helmet for some reason. Really dig that one. Then we have Black, which looks to be our first female Black Ranger in Sentai, which has a really interesting design for Unicorn. I actually really like it. It kind of has this almost royal feel to it. And they also all have these like circular chess pieces that they remind me of something and I have no idea what it is. Like I'm picturing some sort of show or movie where people had like a counter or a button press. I guess the putty's a little bit, but something different. But she's the only one that has like a secondary pink color, which I actually think works really well. Like it's really subtle. I don't know why no one else has it, but maybe it's just because the design worked better with it. And then you have Blue, which I believe is supposed to be a lion, and this is the one that there's the debate about whether it's male or female, because some people were saying it was supposed to be female, but it doesn't exactly look like it. It's honestly kind of hilarious how many of the same conversations I see looped back to about just how the person's standing and trying to speculate it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care one way or the other. To me, it does look a little bit more male, but it really doesn't matter. But they have a pretty awesome looking helmet too. I really like that one a lot. And then you have Yellow, which is based on a T-Rex, and it's doing its Roxy like a puma pose. This one also looks kind of like a bird, like just from this pose. I'm sure when we see it more and we get the scans and the trailers and whatever, that it'll look more T-Rex-y. But for now, it does look a little birdish. But I really like this color scheme too. I'm really a sucker for a color scheme for whatever reason that has green and black on the same team. I think it's just a combination of just it looks good to me, and also like there's something about the fact that for so long it was either green or black, and having both of them on the same team is just kind of neat. Before we get into some little details, we also have kind of a look at what I presume is the mecha kind of lording over them. He kind of looks like a big god that like either created them or is going to curse them, but it's fine. Sam and Dean will defeat him. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like a pretty cool looking mecha. I really dig it. Honestly, just from what I'm seeing, I'm kind of tempted to pick up the first wave of toys like the mecha and the changer and stuff, just because it does look so cool. Just to get to some little details, like I said, I already talked about the little circular things on them. You can sort of see, I think most notably I noticed it with green, some rings. There's supposed to be some rings, which is a gimmick or something? I'm not sure. I kind of stayed out of some of the rumors because sometimes when I follow the rumors, or in this time in particular, I was looking at it and every day it would be like, this one's real, this one's debunked, this one's real, this one's debunked. I'm like, I'll just wait till it happens. But it looks like there's going to be some sort of rings involved, which is interesting. I'm not sure if their belts are going to amount to some sort of gimmick belt thing. We haven't had that in a while, have we? I think Dawn Brothers was the last one. Did King Oger have a gimmick belt thingy? No, right? They didn't have a gimmick, really. But anyway, we haven't had that in a while, but it just kind of looks like the design for something like that. And then on their hands, they have these like oven mitt changer claw things, which I think is supposed to be the changer. In fact, somebody posted on my other Gozyuger video just a day before this came out that it's supposed to be some sort of like gauntlet-like thing instead of a sword, because I had misinterpreted from the logo and some rumors that it was going to be a sword. I'm kind of grateful. I kind of like this. It's unique. I still do like a good classic changer more. It is a little bit odd in the sense that it does kind of look like a metal like oven mitt claw, and then you have a sword coming out of it, and they're all wearing it now. I'm curious if that's something they can't take off. That would be honestly really interesting because I feel like it gets rid of some of your mobility with your hand in fights. I'm gonna presume they'll probably be able to take it off, but it would be interesting if you couldn't. The main thing about this is, for me, if I pick it up or not, is gonna be about the changer voice. Just please don't let it be a I just can't handle it, guys. I just can't handle it. So like generally that they kind of have armored bits to it. It looks a little bit less armored than I was thinking it was going to be. For whatever reason, I was picturing it as more armored. And we got the logo, colored logo, which is funny because I saw multiple people saying that the leaked logo was like lazy or stupid because it was black and white. I'm like, it's gonna be colored when we get it, guys. Like, guys, come on. Common sense. But the logo, I really like the logo. I talked about that when I did my brief little logo video. Just it is one that stands out. Honestly, when we first got the leak, I thought that the 5 little prongs were going to be like a rainbow of colors to showcase them, and somehow swords were going to be involved. But obviously they kind of have some sort of stuff with the mitt, maybe? I don't know, but it's not what I thought. It's just all gold. I love gold! I haven't done that one in a while. But yeah, that looks good. But overall, it's a really good look at these guys. I really like them. This was one that, it's funny because I had like 2 vibes when I first saw it. The first one was just generally like excitement, and it felt very like traditional Sentai reveal excitement because we have had some non-traditional ones. I was thinking when I was looking at it, like, it's been a while since I've had like a kind of traditional like excitement where the suits look really like traditional. I keep trying to find another word besides traditional, but you know what I mean. Because we've had very experimental ones, and this felt very classic looking in terms of the way it looked in the poster and the way I was feeling when I was looking at it. The way I was feeling when I was looking at it. So I had that vibe, which I really liked, because I really do like them being experimental, and I do honestly like the Boom Boonger suits. They've really grown on me, and I certainly hope that they don't put an end to having experimental ones, because even if it's not my favorite, I like when they take big swings like Dawn Brothers or Boom Boonger and stuff like that. So I do hope we still see some off-the-wall ones, but it is nice to get a very classic Ranger look, and I think there's like enough armored bits and pieces here that make these stand out without it being too normal and boring. So I really do like that. And the other vibe was, which is something I think I've said probably on a couple others, but this one in particular looks like when you see a toku from another country. I've seen other people point out like it looks like Blobsmogsters or whatever the hell they're saying, but I see those pictures around all the time of other international toku, and this definitely looks like one of those for sure. It gave me that vibe as like a secondary type of thing. I've also seen some people complain about the animal theme, like dinos again, which it's funny, I never really thought about that. I don't think of animals in the same way as dinos for some reason. Like for me, I'm honestly fine getting animals every few years. Not like every 1-2 years or whatever, but it's one that I'm more excited to see than dinos. I think maybe it's just because I think that there's different ways you can do that and do them, and very often they're pretty different from each other. Like, I don't know, I just never saw animals as a boring reoccurring one, especially since even though I love to see new themes from Sentai, eventually you're not always going to be able to think of something new, and you kind of have to go back to some stuff. So I don't know, I just never really saw it as dinos because I always saw dinos as a little bit limiting. Although doing stuff like Dino Nights, I guess, does show that there could be some creative stuff with dinos. Maybe it's part of the mmpr fatigue? I don't know. But yeah, poster looks really good. I'm super excited. I'm in a good mood for this. I do hope we have some good marketing like with Boom Boonger. Like, I'll say that I think that Boom Boonger's first look posters, like unique retro style, stood out more. Like, I like these suits initially more, probably a little bit more excited, but the Boom Boonger marketing and the style of the posters was definitely a standout. That really contributed to get me to be excited for a series that I probably wouldn't be as excited about just because of all the things I was hearing and seeing. So I hope they continue with that marketing. I think they had a really good marketing strategy for Boom Boonger in the lead up, and then throughout it when you did like the new arcs and stuff, the new laps. Like, I don't want them to find a new formula and run that into the ground, but I think that was a pretty clever way of bringing up hype. But we're right around the corner now from getting some scans and some more info, so I'll keep you guys up to date on all of it. Let me know what you think of our first look at the Gozyugers. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.